Welcome back to Section 2. In the previous section, we looked at some of the basic aspects of R. In this section, we will be looking at one of the most important elements within R, the data frame. In this video, we will cover off the first topic, the structure of the data frame. In this video, we will be looking at what a data frame is, as well as how to add and delete data. We will also look at accessing rows and columns. The data frame is one of the core data elements within R. When performing analysis within R, the data to be analyzed will most likely be in a data frame. In simple terms, a data frame is like a database table. It is like a multi-dimensional array. Unlike other data types, in R, we'll handle values of varying data types. Here, we could see a simple view of a data frame. We will look at trying to recreate this data structure. This simple line of R code is all that is required to create a data frame. We use the call function data.frame to create and initialize the data structure. In the code shown, a 3-column structure is created with name, age range, and weight as the column headers as the first line of data. In the example code shown, 3 vectors are being created. Vector 1 contains a list of names. Vector 2 is a list of age ranges. Vector 3 is a list of weights. The C function is used to combine a list of values into a vector. Then, using the data.frame function, the 3 vectors are then added to the data frame in the order in which they will be held in the data frame. Here, we have the coding window showing samples from the previous slide. As you can see, we already have the data structure that has been initialized with the data that was specified, and this time we have custom headings corresponding to the variables we used to initialize. Currently, it's vector 1, vector 2, and vector 3. So, the next item on the agenda is to give the table labels. For this, I use the function colNames and apply the data frame I want to give the column names to. Using the C or combine function, I pass in the column names in order. The code looks like this. We get the same table, but this time, column names are the ones we specify in the last instruction. We have almost created the table I wanted to a couple of slides ago. I have an extra row, which is the last one, and I can use a negative index to remove a row from the data frame. Because I want to remove the last one in the list, which is row 5, I use the index -5, just like this. Now, when we output the element, we can see the data frame with just 4 elements, indicating that element, number 5, has been removed. Having created and populated the data frame, the next step might be to add a new column of data. In the example shown, another vector is created called surname. There are a number of ways of assigning the data to a column. The first example uses the $ notation to identify or create the column before adding the vector. The other 2 are variants on accessing the dframe array. Just as data and columns can be added to the data frame, they can be removed. Using exactly the same notation as was used to create the columns, setting the column values to null has the same effect as removing them. The notation also reinforces the concept of a data frame being a collection of arrays. The surname column is the 4th column, so the number 4 can be used. In the last example, yes, that is correct. There is a comma in front of 4. To access the 4th row, the comma would need to be after the 4. Having created and populated the data frame, the next step may be to give the data columns distinct labels that make sense. The example code shows a vector being created. To access the column headers, the function names is called, and to that function, the data frame is passed. Using the arrow symbol or left angle bracket and dash, the vector is assigned to the label names. The name of a single column can be changed if required. The example shows how to change the third column name. To access or change a single value in the data frame again, reinforces the concept of the data frame being multiple vectors. The example shows that the fifth element in the weights column is incorrect. The weights column is accessed through the dollar notation, and the fifth element can be accessed as shown. In this video, we have looked at the data frame. At the data frame, how it is created, and how data can be added, altered, or removed.